Chapter 308.
Boom.
Dozens of miles away from the Sky Cloud Martial School, the ground started to shake. Countless mountains were either pierced through by the dark light, cut down by the sword chi, or directly shattered into pieces. The battle between two peak-level early astral-reaching realm warriors and a rank 7 beast Sky Demon Snake was extremely horrifying. Sky Thunderstrike. The Thunder Orb had accumulated enough Thunder Element Shin Chi. Thunder Freer yelled loudly as he controlled the Thunder Orb to shoot out arm-sized thunder and lightning towards the Sky Demon Snake. The thunder and lightning were like spears, leaving finger-sized cracks on the Sky Demon Snake's scales. Tiny electric arcs kept flashing in the air. With the addition of Thunder Freer, Cloud Dreamer felt a lot more relaxed. However, up until now, the two of them could not do anything to the Sky Demon Snake's defense. Although the Sky Demon Snake had just leveled up, and it had not fully activated all of its potential as a rank 7 beast, the Demon Dragon bloodline was not a normal ancient beast bloodline. As its level increased, the Demon Dragon bloodline would bring more and more benefits. Right now, the Sky Demon Snake was almost at the same level as a rank 7 Tyrant Beast. Given some time, it would definitely surpass most of the rank 7 Tyrant Beasts. Cloud Dreamer, we can't. Even if we both attack with all of our power, we would not be able to break through its defense. Thunder Freer forced a smile. The Sky Demon Snake was only a small beast among the rank 7 snake-type beasts. However, compared to human beings, its hundreds of meters long body was already extremely huge. The tiny cracks on its scales would not be able to do any damage to it, unless they could break through its defense with one attack and get inside. After cutting down the head of the Sky Demon Snake, Cloud Dreamer flashed to the side and said while gasping for air, it would be impossible to break through its defense with one attack. We would have to attack a certain spot multiple times to hurt it. Alright then. You give me a chance. Let me see if my Sky Thunderstrike can hurt it. The Sky Thunderstrike was Thunder Freer's most powerful ace attack. However, it was rarely used in battles because it would take a long time to charge up and consume a lot of Jinyuan. Basically, Thunder Freer could only perform it 2 or 3 times at his peak, and each attack would consume more than 30% of his Jinyuan. On the other hand, the destructive power of the Sky Thunderstrike was extremely horrifying. It was a powerful ace attack that sacrificed all the other advantages. After a while, under Cloud Dreamer's control, Thunder Freer threw out a Sky Thunderstrike towards the Sky Demon Snake's neck. Gotcha! The Sky Demon Snake's neck had the most cracks. After that attack, the scales had finally cracked open. The lightning poured into the wound like a spear and exploded the Sky Demon Snake. Hissing into the sky, the Sky Demon Snake's body twisted together in pain. Like an earthworm that had just left the ground, it curled up and kept rolling. Of course, this kind of attack would not be able to wound it badly. It was only a flesh wound, but the pain was still very real.
Who?
In its fury, the Sky Demon Snake did not care about anything else. It opened its mouth and spat out a huge amount of black flame towards the two of them. The flame was ferocious like waves, covering the entire sky. Retreat. Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer turned around and flew away, increasing their speed to the limit. The fierce black flame followed closely behind them, less than 10 meters away from them. Green Lotus Sky. At this moment, a silhouette appeared on the side of the mountain peak. The silhouette reached the peak and swung his sword at the black flames. The void was frozen, and it was as calm as a lake. Numerous green lotuses formed by sharp airflows bloomed in the air, spreading out at an extremely fast speed and enveloping the black flames. Shoo! The power of the black flame was extremely horrifying. Pieces of green lotuses had been burned into ashes, and the peaceful void had been shaken up. Cracks had appeared in the vacuum space. However, after that, the power of the black flame had been completely removed. It could only keep burning. Yichun! A joyful expression flashed through Cloud Dreamer's face. His body flashed once, and Yichun appeared right next to the two, Senior Cloud Dreamer, Thunder Freer. What is going on? Right then, Cloud Dreamer told Yichun everything that had happened. Yichen glanced at the sky demon snake. This is the sky demon snake? It is indeed tricky. If we do not get it out of the Silent Hills, it will always be a problem. He had heard about the sky demon snake before. This kind of rank 7 beast with the bloodline of the demon dragon was extremely hard to kill. It had an unbelievably powerful life force. Although Yi Chen's power had increased drastically, and he could even fight against mid-astral reaching realm warriors, he was still far from being able to kill the sky demon snake. Yi Chen, you have been in closed-up training for 6 months. What realm have you reached? Thunder Freer could not help but ask after seeing that the sword attack of Yi Chen was even more powerful than 6 months ago. It could almost trap an early astral-reaching realm warrior who was burning his Zhen Qi to death. Yi Chen smiled lightly. The Zhen Qi inside his body started to circulate. Bits of broken light appeared on his protective Zhen Qi layer, which looked like precious stones and diamonds at the same time. They were crystal clear and extremely condensed. Because of the martial art, these broken light gave people an extremely sharp feeling. Half-step Jinyuan? You have reached the level where you can purify Jinyuan. Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer's eyes brightened. Yi Chen was different from them. They were battling with their cultivation and were not that outstanding in other aspects. However, Yi Chen was top of the top in other aspects besides his cultivation. Therefore, even if there was only a slight breakthrough in his cultivation, his battling power would increase tremendously. Yi Chen said, "Right now, I am in the first Jinyuan purification stage, but I have not finished it yet. Training a top-rank Earth realm martial art would require 2 Jinyuan purification stages. Right now, it was Yi Chen's first Jinyuan purification process. Judging on cultivation, he was still a bit weaker than Xigong Sheng. But soon after the first Jinyuan purification, there would be no difference between him and Xigong Sheng in terms of cultivation. Among the young generation of the South River region, he would be at the top in every aspect." Cloud Dreamer was overjoyed. "Great. As long as you enter the Jinyuan purification stage, you will not be far from reaching the astral reaching realm. By then, as long as late astral reaching realm warriors do not show up, no one would be able to compete with you." Before, the Sky Cloud Martial School was just normal and would not attract any attention. But now, the Sky Cloud Martial School had an endless amount of luck, which would make people jealous. Just him and Thunder Freer alone would not be enough. This time, if it were not for the powerful warriors who had come to save them, the Sky Cloud Martial School would have been destroyed already. Therefore, Yi Chen's improvement had greatly reduced the pressure on him. "Senior Cloud Dreamer, don't worry. That day will not be far away. The higher the realm of the martial arts, the shorter the Jinyuan purification time would be." In 6 months, Yi Chen had trained his Green Lotus Sword spell to the 12th realm. He believed that after the first Jinyuan purification, it would be able to reach the 13th realm, and the second Jinyuan purification time would be much shorter. As for what Thunder Freer had said before, even with a top-rank Earth realm martial art, it would still take 3 to 4 years to reach the astral reaching realm. It was because he did not think that many people would be able to train their martial arts beyond the 10th realm at the Clasping Yuan realm, not to mention Yi Chen's 12th realm. Plus, the Green Lotus Sword spell was almost a heaven realm martial art, so 3 to 4 years was obviously not needed. Roar! The sky demon snake recovered from the pain and shot out a bucket-thick dark light towards Yi Chen. The dark light split open the air, creating a vacuum tunnel. Cut! The sky-shattering cloud sword movement operated according to the poetic perspective of thunder and clouds. Yi Chen held his sword with both of his hands, throwing out a sword attack towards the dark light. Swoosh! The dark light was split into 2, shooting through 2 mountains on the left and right respectively. "Be careful of its black flame. Do not touch it," Cloud Dreamer reminded. Yi Chen nodded. This sky demon snake was not as scary as the rumors said it to be. It should be because it had just reached the next level. However, its battling power was obviously at the mid-astral reaching realm, and its defense had reached the rank 7 tyrant beast level. Normal mid-astral reaching realm warriors would have to run for their lives if they ran into it. However, Yi Chen was confident that he could beat it back. During the competitions of the Hidden Dragon rank, he had trained a high-rank Earth Realm martial art, the mysterious Great Art. Although it was not as powerful in other aspects, his battling power was already equivalent to a normal early astral-reaching realm warrior. Right now, he had entered the Zhen Yuan refining stage. Without using the minor blood demon body separating Great Art, he would be able to compete with early astral-reaching realm warriors who were burning their Zhen Yuan. Once he used it, his battling power would reach beyond the early astral-reaching realm and reach the mid-astral-reaching realm. Of course, if a mid-astral-reaching realm warrior were to burn his Zhen Yuan, it would still be quite horrifying. Yi Chen's battling power was still below average. He would not be able to compete with the older mid-astral-reaching realm warriors like the Black Crow Man. He could only fight against normal mid-astral-reaching realm warriors. Once he reached the astral-reaching realm, everything would be clear. He would truly not be afraid of mid-astral-reaching realm warriors. As long as a late astral-reaching realm warrior did not show up, there would not be many people who could do anything to him, including some of the freakishly powerful mid-astral-reaching realm warriors.
Who?
Seeing that the dark light could not do anything to Yi Chen, the sky demon snake did not plan to shoot out that extremely hard-to-form black flame. Instead, it slightly lowered its head, and a black light appeared on its horn, shaking the entire space.
Boom.
A pile of black chi flow poured out of its horn, eventually turning into a demonic dragon chi flow, attacking towards Yi Chen. Blood demon body separation. The blood-red half-step Zhen Yuan shot out into the sky, and Yi Chen's aura increased drastically. Judging from his appearance alone, he looked even more horrifying than an early astral-reaching realm warrior. Along with his aura, there was also a sword intent that had spread out in the air. The sword intent had been condensed into one beam, which was even more threatening. He did not perform his kill heart sword attack. Although it was more horrifying than the first ace attack of the Green Lotus sword art, it was under the premise that he could not perform his minor blood demon body separation great art. Therefore, he would only be able to perform 80% of its power. Therefore, it was not as powerful as the second half of the Green Lotus sky, Green Lotus accumulation.
Shoo.
A fist-sized Green Lotus shot out along with Yi Chen's attack. It drew a thin black line in the air, landing heavily on that demonic dragon chi flow. The demonic dragon chi flow roared into the sky, opening its mouth to bite the Green Lotus, wanting to swallow it whole.
Pooh.
The demonic dragon chi flow had been pierced through completely, and the Green Lotus came out from its tail. The remaining power did not disappear, blowing the sky demon snake back into the air and shattering a mountain. After shattering the demonic dragon chi flow with one punch, Yi Chen chased after it. His mysterious Zhen Yuan, which had already been converted by half into Green Lotus Zhen Yuan, poured into his Star Scar sword through his meridians.
Cut.
While the iron was still hot, Yi Chen threw out his most powerful ace attack to the sky demon snake, not giving it any chance to fight back. Chapter 309. Yi Chen's Green Lotus accumulation did not do much damage to the sky demon snake, which was only equivalent to a normal attack from a mid-astral-reaching realm warrior. But once he had activated his mysterious Zhen Yuan, Yi Chen's attacking power had increased drastically, reaching the peak level of mid-astral-reaching realm. With one attack, the sky demon snake's huge body had been pushed into the ground directly. Blood spurted out like a fountain, dyeing the collapsed mountain red. There is still a trace of Zhen Yuan in the Zhen Qi spiral, which is the seed to regenerate a drop of Zhen Yuan. It would take me 3 days to do that. If I cannot beat it, then I will have to fight it again after 3 days. I do not believe that it would be able to recover within 3 days. Before, it would take Yi Chen at least half a month to regenerate a drop of Zhen Yuan. But after entering the Zhen Yuan refining stage, it would only take him 3 days. In other words, every 3 days, he would be able to perform a Zhen Yuan attack.
Boom.
The ground cracked open as the sky demon snake crawled out from the ground. There was a long and narrow sword mark on its forehead, with blood pouring out of it. What a powerful defense! I am afraid that even late astral-reaching realm warriors would not be able to kill it easily. That attack, just now, was already Yi Chen's limit. Since it did not want to back out, then they would have to work together and force it back into the Silent Hills. Let's do it together. If there are too many wounds on the skin, it would cause internal injuries as well. With the help of Yi Chen, Cloud Dreamer did not think it would be that hard to beat back the Sky Demon Snake. With the three of them working together, it would be more than enough to suppress it. Alright, let's do it together. Thunder Freer was accumulating the Zhenyuan for his Sky Thunder attack. After a while, the Sky Demon Snake finally decided to back out. Its upper body had been attacked by the three of them together, and there was almost no place left unscathed. It was covered with sword marks and burn marks. Plus, it had been losing blood for a long time, which had consumed a lot of its energy. It was not as powerful as before, and it was getting more and more tired. As the Sky Demon Snake backed out, the three of them followed right behind it, watching it escape into the Silent Hills.
Huh.
Outside of the Silent Hills, Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer had stopped burning their Zhenyuan and were gasping for air. Burning Zhenyuan was a heavy burden for astral-reaching realm warriors. Each time they burned their Zhenyuan, they would need to spend a lot of time to recover. If the burning time was too long, they would also need to use great medicines to nourish their meridians and flesh. Otherwise, after a long period of time, it would be hard for them to train. Compared to them, Yi Chen was much more relaxed. The medicinal power of the 3,000-year-old blood sunflower was too strong. Now, he did not even need to deliberately swallow the blood sunflower. The medicinal power of the blood sunflower hidden in his body would automatically nourish his qi and blood. And with the continuous consumption and replenishment, Yi Chen's qi and blood were clearly much more vigorous. Compared to 6 months ago, there was a huge improvement. As for the side effects of performing the minor blood demon body separating great art, it had also disappeared, since the medicinal power of the blood sunflower was constantly nourishing Yi Chen's body. No matter how many side effects there were, they would all be gone and would not affect Yi Chen at all. The blood sunflower that was less than 1,000 years old would have 3 petals, and the 3,000-year-old one would have 9 petals. Before, I had only swallowed a small half of the petals, and it already had such a lasting effect. There are still 8 petals left, which should be enough for me to use for a long time. Sending 2 or 3 petals to Su Jing should be fine. Although Su Jing had a slim body, and her bones were not that thick, her qi and blood were at least 3 times more powerful than Yi Chen's. As long as she did not run out of qi and blood, her physical strength and wounds would be able to recover very quickly. If she ran into a powerful opponent, she would be able to slowly kill him. In the future, when she traveled across the true spirit continent, she would be able to protect herself. Watching the Sky Demon Snake disappear into the Silent Hills, Cloud Dreamer turned around and said to Yi Chen and Thunder Freer, "In the coming days, the Sky Cloud Martial School will not be peaceful. Let's go back and heal our bodies first, and get ready to fight the Sky Demon Snake until we drive it out of the Windy Nation." "That's the only way." Thunder Freer nodded. Yi Chen then said, "In about 3 days, I will be able to recover 1 drop of Zhenyuan in my body. After that, I will go and find it every 3 days until it dies." The Sky Demon Snake's defense was way too powerful. When it used its Zhenyuan attack, Yi Chen's attacking power was at least 2 to 3 times more powerful than his Sky Thunder attack. However, it could only slightly wound the Sky Demon Snake and could not severely wound it. Of course, compared to Thunder Freer and Cloud Dreamer, Yi Chen's attacking power was already quite powerful. After all, the two of them had been fighting against the Sky Demon Snake for a long time, and they had only managed to injure it a little. If it were not for Yi Chen, the two of them would not be able to do anything to the Sky Demon Snake, and would instead be killed by it. Recovering 1 drop of Zhenyuan in 3 days?
So fast.
Cloud Dreamer was shocked. He had read the mysterious great art manual that Yi Chen had left behind, but until now, no one had trained it to the 11th level. Only Yi Chen had reached this level. However, according to his understanding, it would take a long time to condense 1 drop of Zhenyuan. The fact that Yi Chen was able to condense 1 drop of Zhenyuan in 3 days was probably related to his cultivation and the level of his martial art. Yi Chen nodded and asked, "Who else in the martial school has trained the mysterious great art?" "There are quite a lot of people who have trained it. There is one core master, for inner masters, and one core disciple. But only the core master, Master Wu, has trained it to the 9th level. The rest of them are all below the 8th level." "Oh, I see." Yi Chen said, "I have a lot of knowledge about the mysterious great art. I know every breakthrough method like the back of my hand. If they have time, let them come to my shocking cloud mountain tomorrow. I will teach them personally. If they can train it to the 11th level at the Clasping Yuan realm, then their extreme battling power will increase drastically." "That would be great. You train everything fast, and the breakthrough method is without a doubt the best. With your guidance, they would be able to save a lot of time and effort." Cloud Dreamer stroked his beard, his face full of smiles. The mysterious great art did not have much of an effect on astral-reaching realm warriors, since all they had was Zhen Yuan inside their bodies, and they did not need to condense it. However, for Clasping Yuan realm warriors, one drop of Zhen Yuan could increase their extreme attacking power drastically. Even if they could not handle a single attack from an astral-reaching realm warrior, they would at least be able to kill a powerful peak-level 8 Clasping Yuan realm warrior. Covering the 10,000 miles radius of the Sky Cloud Martial School, the Beast Wave did not have much of a destructive power. Many of the powerful parties were even a bit happy, since the more beasts there were, the more opportunities for their disciples to train. For this reason, all of the powerful parties had come together and made a rule that they could get rewards based on the number of beasts they had killed, in order to stimulate everyone's enthusiasm. After looking around for a while, the three realized that the Allied army had the situation under control and they did not need to worry about it, so they went back to the Sky Cloud Martial School. The second day. On the shocking Cloud Mountain. "Master Yi, I have trained the mysterious great art for more than 2 years, but I have been stuck at the 9th level. I cannot make a breakthrough." Inside the great master's palace, the core master, Master Wu, cupped his fists and bowed to Yi Chen, then told him about his problem. Yi Chen said, "You try to activate your martial art. Let me have a look." "Yes." Master Wu took a deep breath. The Zhen Qi inside his body was activated according to the 9th level of the mysterious great art. After scanning with his soul power, Yi Chen found out the problem and said, "The main point of the mysterious great art is to condense. Your Zhen Qi has a tendency to scatter. In this way, even if you have 3 to 5 years, you might not be able to make a breakthrough to the 10th level, not to mention the 11th level." Immediately, Yi Chen told Master Wu the details of the breakthrough method. Because of his powerful soul power, he was able to see the problem in detail. Master Wu could understand it easily, and could not help but thank him again and again. He was very impressed by Yi Chen. Following that, the 4 inner court elders also came over one by one to lay out their questions. After the 4 left, the only core disciple who had trained the mysterious great art, Jingju, walked in. Yi Chen was not surprised at all. After the incident with Jin Huang, there were 2 more core disciples who had reached the Clasping Yuan realm. One was Blood Shadow Blade Meng Chong, and the other was indeed Jingju. Only Clasping Yuan realm warriors could have the right to train the top martial arts of the martial school. In the beginning, when Yi Chen had just risen, Jingju was ranked 4th among the core disciples. He was cold and had a rich battling experience, so it was reasonable for him to reach the Clasping Yuan realm first. In a couple of months, Jingju had already reached the 4th level of the mysterious great art. He wanted to improve faster, so he came to the shocking Cloud Mountain where Yi Chen was. It was not easy to reach the 5th level from the 4th level, but with Yi Chen's guidance, it could at least shorten the time. Jingju was also a martial genius in the Sky Cloud Martial School, so he could spend even less time. After Jingju left, Yi Chen closed the door of the great master's palace and headed to Su Jing's mountain. On top of the mountain, Su Jing was practicing her leg art. Yi Chen watched quietly for a while, then nodded silently. Su Jing's talent was only second to him in the Sky Cloud Martial School, and even in the entire Windy Nation, she was only second to him. Her understanding of martial arts could not be compared to normal people at all. Even Yi Chen could not see any flaws in her martial arts. "You are here. It was like there was a layer of membrane between the two, and without breaking it, Su Jing was always a bit shy when she saw Yi Chen. She was not as straightforward and calm as she used to be. Right now, they were more like friends than friends, and more like lovers. It was not quite accurate to say that they were lovers, since neither of them had expressed their feelings for each other clearly. Yi Chen thought that it was enough for them to maintain their current relationship. Yi Chen smiled. He took out 3 petals of the blood sunflower and a bottle of medicine. He said, "These petals are 3,000 years old blood sunflower petals. The medicine is 10 times more effective than 1,000 years old blood sunflower. This medicine can preserve the life of the petals, and it will be very helpful for your body training." What about you? Su Jing knew that Yi Chen's minor blood demon body separating great art was very dangerous, and it would require even more spirit medicines than her. Yi Chen said, "I still have some here. It should be enough for a long time." Hearing him, Su Jing did not reject anymore, but the blush on her face was even more obvious. The two chatted for a while in the core master palace. When the sky was getting dark, Yi Chen returned to the shocking cloud mountain and continued to figure out the method to break through the 13th level of the Green Lotus sword spell. After 3 days, Yi Chen ran to the Silent Hills alone, trying to find the Sky Demon Snake. The Sky Demon Snake had been hiding quite well, hiding underground. No wonder it had not been discovered for so many years. Unfortunately, it had run into Yi Chen. Following the direction of the Black Chi, Yi Chen arrived at the general area. He then scanned with his soul power, and the Sky Demon Snake's tracks were immediately exposed. Without any hesitation, Yi Chen performed his minor blood demon body separating great art and fought with the Sky Demon Snake that had not fully recovered yet. In the end, he pushed his Zhen Yuan and gave it a brutal attack before leaving. The Sky Demon Snake had been beaten by Yi Chen until it had lost its temper. It had toned down a lot and did not dare to walk out of the Silent Hills. However, since it had inherited a lot of the bloodline of the demon dragon, it would not be able to vent its desire without killing. Therefore, it could only vent its anger on other beasts. Just like that, Yi Chen came once every 3 days and left right after the fight. Soon, another 2 months had passed. He was not far away from breaking through the 13th level of the Green Lotus sword spell, and the first Zhen Yuan purification was also coming to an end. By then, his battling power would reach the next level. However, the recovery speed of the Sky Demon Snake was a bit out of Yi Chen's expectation. Although every time he went, the Sky Demon Snake would get even more wounded, it was still able to maintain the situation. Yi Chen suspected that there must be something that could speed up the Sky Demon Snake's recovery. Perhaps it was also the main reason why it could reach rank 7. If he did not find that thing, then the battle would not be finished in a short time, and it would become a long battle. Chapter 310. Inside the training room, Yi Chen sat on top of the stone platform with his legs crossed. The half-step Zhen Yuan inside his body was vibrating at a slight frequency. Each time it vibrated, the impurities inside the half-step Zhen Yuan would decrease a bit. Correspondingly, the total amount of half-step Zhen Yuan would decrease as well, but it was still not as much as when he had just reached late clasping Yuan realm. Of course, although the amount of half-step Zhen Yuan had decreased, as the quality increased, his battling power would still increase. After a long while, the vibration disappeared. Bits of broken light shone out of Yi Chen's body, which took up almost half of his total. It meant that the first Zhen Yuan purification had finished, and what he had right now was the true half-step Zhen Yuan, which was still weaker than before. The first Zhen Yuan purification has finished. There will still be some time before I can start the second one. But by then, I should have reached the 13th realm of the Green Lotus sword spell. Letting out a sharp breath, Yi Chen's body released the aura of a powerful warrior. It was weaker than an astral-reaching realm warrior, but obviously different from the aura of a clasping Yuan realm warrior. Standing up, Yi Chen waved his fist. The fist that contained half-step Zhen Yuan tore apart the air, creating an ear-piercing sound. Before, when I was still weak, there was a huge gap between my normal attacking power and my extreme attacking power. But now, the gap is shrinking. Once I finish the second Zhenyuan purification, my whole body will be filled with Zhenyuan, and then there will be no extreme attacking power anymore. Burning my Zhenyuan will be the extreme attacking power. Just half-step Zhenyuan had already made Yichen feel what it meant to be powerful. Every inch of his body had been refined by the half-step Zhenyuan, and it had become extra tough. He could imagine how powerful his body would be after he reached the astral reaching realm. It would also explain why astral reaching realm warriors could burn their Zhenyuan, since burning their Zhenyuan would increase their battling power, which would be even more powerful than the minor blood demon bodies separating great art. Without a powerful body, one would not be able to handle it. Thinking of this, Yichen suddenly understood how terrifying a body-forging cultivation method was. Body-forging cultivation methods mainly focused on physical strength and did not pay much attention to Zhen Qi and Zhen Yuan. However, there would still be Zhen Qi and Zhen Yuan in one's body, but it would be much less than other martial artists of the same level. However, a strong body would allow them to burn their Zhen Yuan for a longer period of time, and it would not be easy for them to suffer a backlash. 3 days have passed. It is time for me to find the sky demon snake to practice with. It should not be easy this time. Battling power needed to be demonstrated in real battles. Looking for Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer was not suitable for him, and they would not satisfy his needs either. The Sky Demon Snake, with its strong defense, was without a doubt the best training partner for him. Xiao. On the shocking cloud peak, Yichen extended his body and flew towards the Silent Hills. There was a vague black qi covering the entire Silent Hills. If one did not sense it carefully, one would not be able to sense it. Scanning with his soul power, Yichen could easily locate the Sky Demon Snake's location according to the direction of the black qi flow, since it had not left its original spot at all. Strange. If it was once or twice, it would be understandable. But after so many times, it still does not plan to change its location. Is it waiting for me to go up there? Or is there something there? With suspicion, Yichen did not hide his qi at all, as he flew over at an extreme speed. Deep inside the Silent Hills there was a deep underground cave. This cave was indeed the nest of the Sky Demon Snake.
Cut.
Taking out his Star Scar sword, Yichen threw out a sword attack.
Crack.
The 100-meter-long sword qi shot out, leaving a huge sword pit on the ground. The intense vibration had caused the cave to collapse.
Moo.
Shoo. 2 completely different beast roars were heard. Then, the ground cracked open, and a huge bull-like beast rushed out, followed by a 100-meter-long black snake with a sharp horn. It was indeed the Sky Demon Snake that had the bloodline of the demon dragon. That bull-like beast should be the famous ghost-faced demonic cow in the Silent Hills. It managed to get the ghost-faced demonic cow to help. Unfortunately, its power was only equivalent to peak-level early astral reaching realm, which was only slightly more powerful than Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer. It would not be able to handle my attacks at all. Yichen did not know how the Sky Demon Snake managed to get the other tyrant of the Silent Hills, but one rank 7 beast would not affect him much, unless it was a rank 7 tyrant beast.
Moo.
The ghost-faced demonic cow attacked first. It stomped on the ground with its hoof, and a powerful beast qi shockwave attacked towards Yichen. Blood demon body disintegration. A blood-red half-step Zhenyuan exploded from his body, and Yichen's battling power increased drastically. He cut open the beast qi shockwave with one sword attack and returned the attack back to the ghost-faced demonic cow.
Pap.
The sword qi was shattered, and the Sky Demon Snake used its tail to block in front of the ghost-faced demonic cow, blocking out the attack for it. However, it had underestimated the power of Yichen's sword qi, and the scales on its tail were all cracked open. Blood poured out of the wound, and it was not a light wound. All of you, get in. Green Lotus Sky. The first half of the Green Lotus sword art had been performed, and the surreal space had been frozen. Layers of qi flow formed a green lotus that spread out, covering both the ghost-faced demonic cow and the Sky Demon Snake. The next second, the green lotus turned into a sword rain and attacked on the two's bodies crazily, bringing up a clear clanging sound. The ghost-faced demonic cow's defense was not as powerful as the sky demon snake's after all. It could not even handle the first half of the ace attack. Countless bone-deep sword marks appeared on its body, and it kept making a muffled moan. The sky demon snake was furious. It opened its mouth and let out a black flame that could burn anything. The green lotus turned into a sword rain and was burned into ashes. The frozen surreal space had also been shattered, disappearing into nothingness. Green lotus accumulation.
Cut.
A fist-sized green lotus formed on the tip of the sword. Yi Chen waved his sword towards the ghost-faced demonic cow, preparing to take out one first. The ghost-faced demonic cow had never seen such a powerful clasping Yuan realm warrior. It regretted coming to help the sky demon snake, but it was already too late. It had no choice but to use its hardest horn to block out the incoming green lotus, hoping that it would be able to block out the attack.
Gotcha.
The ghost-faced demonic cow's horn was broken, and a huge amount of blood poured out of its mouth and nose.
Die.
The Silent Hills was not far from the Sky Cloud Martial School. A rank 7 demonic beast was a threat after all. It was hard to guarantee that it would not lose its mind and start to attack. Yi Chen planned to take care of it right here and now. He turned his body, avoiding the sky demon snake's counterattack, and threw out a sword attack towards the ghost-faced demonic cow. The sword chi was like a pillar, and it was indeed the kill heart sword.
Pooh.
There was no way that the ghost-faced demonic cow could block out the extremely fast kill heart sword. A sword hole appeared on its stomach, and it was so cold that it felt like it had been killed. With its allied dead, the sky demon snake went crazy. For the past 2 months, it had been wounded almost every day, and it was all thanks to Yi Chen. If it were not for him, it would have been killing everywhere, enjoying the experience brought by killing, and gradually activating the demon dragon bloodline inside its body. Once the potential of the demon dragon bloodline was activated to its limit, it would become a real tyrant of rank 7 demonic beasts. It would be way more powerful than normal tyrants of rank 7 demonic beasts, and it would be ready to reach rank 8.
Swoosh.
The black flames spread out, forming a burning firestorm. Wherever it went, the ground was burned through, and the air was burned out, turning into a vacuum world. The Green Lotus Sky art might not be able to stop the black flame. I will have to attack with brute force. Taking a deep breath, Yi Chen jumped up from the ground. The mysterious Zhen Yuan, no, it should be called the Green Lotus Zhen Yuan. The Green Lotus Zhen Yuan poured into the Star Scar sword through the meridians in his arm, pushing out a beam of blood-red sword chi. The blood-red sword chi sliced open the black flame, landing heavily on the sky demon snake's forehead. Blood was pouring out of its forehead like a pillar, but the sky demon snake did not care about it at all. Its body jumped into the black flame that it had spat out, and with the help of the flame, it threw out a tail attack. Yi Chen was too busy dealing with the black flame that could burn anything, so he did not have the time to dodge. He was smashed into the ground by the sky demon snake's tail. Originally, Yi Chen was planning to rush out immediately, but he sensed that the black chi under the ground was hundreds of times denser than the black chi on the ground. He was confused. Maybe this black chi is not coming from the sky demon snake, but something else? Because of the black chi flowing on the sky demon snake's sharp horn, Yi Chen had always thought that the sky demon snake was the main reason why the beasts in the Silent Hills had gone crazy. But right now, he had overturned his own conclusion. The thing deep under the ground was the real reason why the beasts had gone crazy. The sky demon snake could reach rank 7 beasts and recover at an extremely fast speed, and it was probably because of this thing. Without paying attention to the sky demon snake, Yi Chen released his soul power, flying towards the source of the black chi. Every time he saw something in the way, he would cut it open with his sword. The sky demon snake could not wait for Yi Chen to come out, so panic and anger flashed through its eyes. It twisted its body and dove into the ground, trying its best to reach the thing it was guarding. It was getting closer and closer. Yi Chen's soul power had finally scanned the source of the black chi. It was a flower, a black flower. The black flower was the size of a basin, and each of its petals seemed to be very heavy. It was releasing a very intense black qi, which was in the form of a mist at first. As time went on, it started to dilute into a gaseous form and then slowly spread out, seeping out of the ground and onto the ground. So this is the thing that the sky demon snake was guarding? Why is there a heartbeat? Yichen tried to sense it carefully, and his expression changed. He could sense that the black flower was like a heart, vibrating rhythmically. The frequency of that vibration was similar to a heartbeat, but much stronger. Every time it vibrated, the soil around it would vibrate like a drum. It should not be a normal medicine. Let's pick it first. Yichen could tell that the black flower had already matured, and picking it would not harm the medicine. Plus, if he just left it there, the sky demon snake's wounds would continue to recover. Rumble. No one knew when, but the sky demon snake had caught up. Seeing that Yichen had discovered the black flower, it roared extremely shrilly. Its evil eyes were filled with killing intent, which was the killing intent of the demon dragon's bloodline. After such a long time of accumulation, that killing intent had finally exploded. The ground was burnt through, and the black flame turned into a horrifying demon dragon's shape, sweeping out. Even if it were Yichen, he would be killed immediately without any chance of survival. Chapter 311. Being underground, Yichen's dodging speed would definitely be affected. Seeing the black flame coming at him like an evil demon dragon, Yichen stomped on the ground with his back facing the black flower, holding his star-scar sword with both of his hands. Green Lotus Light. This attack focused more on defense than offense. A bathtub-sized green lotus appeared and gathered on the blade of the star-scar sword, covering Yichen's whole body.
Boom.
The black flame could burn anything, but the thickness and defense of the green lotus could not be underestimated either. All of a sudden, there was a subtle balance between the two. No matter how aggressive the flame was, it could not break through Yichen's sword attack defense right away, and could only slowly erode it. Seeing that its ace attack could not do anything to Yichen, a murderous light flashed through the sky demon snake's eyes. A black flame appeared on its tail as well, looking like a burning fire column. As it swept across, the air in the whole cave had been burned into nothingness, and the resistance had been reduced to an extreme.
Boom.
The green lotus exploded, and Yichen was blown away. However, this result was obviously within his expectation. As he was flying backward, he made a grabbing gesture in the air. That basin-sized black flower was pulled out by the roots, falling into his storage ring. Once the black flower disappeared, the black qi had become the source of everything. The first one to sense it was naturally the sky demon snake. It opened its mouth and let out an ear-piercing scream, which was filled with anger that it had never felt before. Yichen had stopped it from killing and trapped it in the Silent Hills, but it had not lost its mind yet. However, the black flower was its life, the key to its growth. Once it was taken away, it would be impossible for it to grow fast, which would be the same as cutting off its potential. Therefore, at that moment, the sky demon snake had completely lost its mind. The remaining black flame inside its body continued to pour out, covering Yichen and the cave. Break. Throwing out a sword attack, a tiny crack appeared in the black flame. Yichen pushed his separating shadow flying art to its limit. After flashing once, he jumped out of the crack and landed on the ground. The sky demon snake jumped right after him, carrying the burning flame towards Yichen. It looked like it would not stop until it was dead. No one could stop it. Let's see how long you can last without this flower. Since his green lotus Jinyuan had been used up, Yichen could not hurt the sky demon snake with one attack. However, the black flame was not endless, so Yichen was not afraid of anything happening to himself. Stepping lightly on the ground, Yichen soared into the sky and turned into a wisp of black smoke. A man and a beast chased each other. Wherever they went, mountains would collapse, forests would be destroyed, and the ground would be plowed open with a 10-meter wide and infinitely long mark. Getting out of the Silent Hills, the sky demon snake suddenly gave up on chasing Yichen. Instead, It flew towards the nearby cities, its eyes filled with cruelty. Yichen was a little dazed, but he soon realized what the sky demon snake was thinking. It was planning to slaughter humans and force him to give up the black flower. If he could not do anything to it, then he would indeed be in a dilemma. If he did not give up the flower, then 1 or 2 cities would definitely be destroyed. If he gave up the flower, then he would be helping a tyrant. The brutality of the sky demon snake had been proven in history. Every time a sky demon snake grew up, countless creatures would be killed. This kind of beast was closer to a demon and had a horrifying evil nature inside of it. This time, they had Yichen. Without him, no one knew what would have happened to the Sky Cloud Martial School. With just Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer, they could only delay it for a while. A rank 7 beast is coming.
Run.
There would be big and small battles happening outside the city every day. There were quite a lot of disciples from all of the big parties. Seeing the sky demon snake approaching them aggressively, everyone was shocked. It was impossible for them not to know how horrifying a rank 7 beast was. In fact, even an astral-reaching realm warrior would not be able to compete with a rank 7 beast at the same level. Plus, this rank 7 beast seemed to be even more horrifying than the rumors. It was covered in black flames, looking like a demon that had just crawled out of hell. I was planning to spend more time with you. But since it is like this, then I will have to kill you now. Yichen looked cold. It was not that he could not beat the sky demon snake. Even without his green lotus Jin Yuan, the sky demon snake would still not be able to compete with him. At most, it would be a bit more troublesome. But before this, he had planned to use the sky demon snake as a long-term training target. Once he reached the astral reaching realm, he would be able to take it out easily. However, the sky demon snake's brutality and cunningness were still out of his expectation. It knew how to kill humans to force him to submit. Looking at the countless human warriors outside the city, the sky demon snake's pupils turned red. It had been a long time since it had seen blood. As a sky demon snake, killing was its instinct. Especially after reaching rank 7, its killing instinct had become harder and harder to control. It had been hiding in the silent hills, hoping that one day it could grow up in blood.
Boom.
The ground had been shattered. The sky demon snake moved over quickly as it opened its mouth and shot out a beam of dark light. Blood explosions fell.
Cut.
Performing the ace movement of the minor blood demon body separating great art, Yichen's speed had been pushed to its limit. He appeared in front of the dark light and shattered it with one sword attack. The sky demon snake stared at Yichen brutally. As a beast, it had made up its mind to take back the sky demon flower. Even if it did not care about the fact that eating the sky demon flower would bring a huge backlash to its body, it still wanted to kill Yichen and his martial school. This was the consequence of pissing it off.
Ha!
You are looking for death. Yichen floated in the air as his 80% sword intent spread out. Combined with the half-step Jin Yuan that had been activated by the blood explosion spell, his aura had been pushed to its limit. It was as if his whole body had turned into a blood sword, and the surrounding air had also turned into a blood sword, locking onto the sky demon snake's every move. It is him. Outside of the city, there were 5 people who had noticed Yichen. These 5 people were none other than the 5 disciples from the Golden Light Martial School that Yichen had met when he first entered the Silent Hills as an outer disciple. The leading 2 people were Lu Tao and Wang Haichuan, followed by the girl in red, Yao Qing, and the twin brothers, Yang Wen and Yang Wu. Right now, Lu Tao and Wang Haichuan were both core disciples of the Golden Light Martial School, and they were both at the peak of the mid-condensing reality realm. The girl in red, Yao Qing, and the twins were all inner disciples at the peak of the early condensing reality realm. In the Golden Light Martial School, they had made quite good progress. Unfortunately, in the Sky Cloud Martial School, they would only be above average. They were not geniuses at all. This was the difference between a ranked martial school and a non-ranked martial school. Plus, the Sky Cloud Martial School was not something a rank 9 martial school could compare with anymore. It had the potential to become a rank 7 martial school. Lu Tao was shocked. Back then, his cultivation was not even as high as mine, but now he could already fight against rank 7 beasts. Could it be that he is the legendary genius in the Windy Nation? There were a lot of people with the same name in the Windy Nation, but none of them had ever associated Yi Chen with the legendary genius. Plus, after such a long time, they had almost forgotten about what had happened in the Silent Hills. They would never think that Yi Chen was the most talented genius in the Windy Nation, or even the South Ridra region. It has only been 4 years, and the gap has become so huge. Compared to before, the impulsive Wang Haichuan was much calmer now. His face was full of determination, and his battling power had surpassed Lu Tao. He was the backbone of the 5. Taking a deep breath, he calmed himself down first. Yao Qing made a face. It has been 4 years, and he has not even come to us once. What a heartless man. The twin brother Yang Wu forced a smile. If he had nothing to do, he would not have made it this far. Xiao Wu is right. The power of a genius comes with a price. We are not geniuses, but we are not as hardworking as him. The twin brother Yang Wen nodded. Yao Qing said, "Do you think he will just ignore us if we go to him?" Hearing her, the 4 of them forced a smile. They had only met Yi Chen by chance, and it was their honor to have fought alongside him. So, they would not dare to disturb him. Green Lotus Mountain. The blood explosion spell had increased Yi Chen's battling power by more than 80%. With one sword attack, he had wounded the sky demon snake. That blood-red sword Qi left a horrifying sword mark on its body. Roar. The sky demon snake hid in the black flame and threw out a tail attack. Shadow explosion. Human shadows flashed as Yi Chen's real body appeared above the sky demon snake within a second. The ace movement of his green lotus sword art was thrown down.
Crack.
A bloody hole appeared on the sky demon snake's forehead, and blood kept pouring out.
Piss off.
His body flashed again, and Yi Chen appeared right in front of the sky demon snake's chin. He threw out a sword attack, and that blood-red, fire-like sword light appeared. It had blown the sky demon snake hundreds of meters away, creating a huge pit on the ground. It was dozens of meters deep and dozens of meters wide. He is completely dominating a rank 7 beast. So powerful. Of course, Yi Chen is the great master of our Sky Cloud Martial School. Hearing him, all the disciples of the Sky Cloud Martial School looked proud. They felt lucky to be a disciple of the Sky Cloud Martial School. Right now, in the Windy Nation, which young generation did not want to join the Sky Cloud Martial School. The black flame inside the sky demon snake's body was not endless. Without the sky demon flower, it would be extremely hard for it to gather the black flame again. After all, it had just reached the level not long ago, and did not know much about the power of a rank 7 beast yet. There was just too little information about the black flame. Without the black flame, the sky demon snake had completely become a powerful rank 7 beast. Its defense was only equivalent to a rank 7 tyrant beast, and its overall power had dropped by 1 level. It tried to run away, but was stabbed into the ground by Yi Chen's sword attack. As it lost more and more blood, its physical strength started to run out. Eventually, it roared into the sky and exploded. Rumble. That horrifying chi wave blew away Yi Chen, who had backed out far away. After backing out not far away from the city wall, Yi Chen forced a smile. A rank 7 tyrant beast was only equivalent to a powerful mid-astral reaching realm warrior, but it had not reached the peak level yet. On the other hand, without the black flame, the sky demon snake's overall power was actually not as powerful as a rank 7 tyrant beast. However, Yi Chen still could not kill it within a short period of time. It was not hard to tell how powerful the sky demon snake was. Once it grew up, it would definitely become a tyrant among the rank 7 tyrant beasts. It would be powerful enough to fight against a peak-level mid-astral reaching realm warrior, and even a late astral reaching realm warrior would not be able to kill it easily. Yi Chen. Right then, a clear voice was heard from afar. Yi Chen turned his head to look, and a smile appeared on his face. "It's you guys. Long time no see." Yao Qing was surprised. "You still remember us?" "Of course." Chapter 312. After releasing the blood explosion spell, Yichen felt that the blood sunflower's medicinal power that was hidden in the deepest part of his body had completely disappeared. He felt a bit uncomfortable, so he shook his head and laughed. It's been more than 4 years, and the 5 of you are still together. Lu Tao was obviously happy that Yichen did not ignore them. If we are together, we will always be together, unless something unexpected happens. Luckily, other than some small conflicts, there were no accidents. Yao Qing was more beautiful than 4 years ago. Although she was not as pretty as the girls that Yichen had met before, such as Murong Qingchen, Su Jing, Ji Xueyan, Zhu Mei, and Yuan Xuemei, she was still a beauty. She was still wearing a red dress, and under the dress, her curvaceous body was filled with the vitality of a girl next door. She looked at Yichen curiously. Strange, you don't even have 3 heads and 6 arms. Why is there such a big gap between us? But the trick of the sword art that you taught me was really good. I am much better than others with the same sword art. Yichen smiled. At that time, he was a bit perfunctory. Of course, the method was right, but it was a bit stupid. Greetings, Great Master. Great Master, my name is Song Hai. Great Master, what can I do for you? While the 6 of them were talking, the disciples of the Sky Cloud Martial School all ran over to greet them, causing Lu Tao and the other 4 to be dumbfounded. They were all the same age, but they were already great elders, and their status was even higher than the patriarch. It is fate that brought us together. I don't have anything good to give you, but here are 5 bottles of pellets that are useful for training, which will help you break through. He was the great master of the Sky Cloud Martial School, and the leader of the Golden Light Martial School used to be a disciple of the Sky Cloud Martial School. Therefore, the 5 of them were technically his juniors, so it was not good to meet them empty-handed. Luckily, when Yichen was training outside, he had bought a lot of pellets. These 5 bottles of pellets were not that expensive for him, but they still cost 1,000 low-rank soul stones, which most of the outer masters could not afford. The 5 of them declined and accepted it. Anything that could make Yichen give it to them couldn't be bad. They had no reason to refuse. After bidding farewell to the 5, Yichen flew towards the Sky Cloud Martial School. Idle Cloud Peak. Cloud Dreamer looked at the black flower that Yichen took out and shook his head, indicating that he did not know the name of the flower. Thunder Freer looked confused and said slowly, "Is this the Sky Demon Flower?" Sky Demon Flower? Yichen and Cloud Dreamer looked at Thunder Freer. Thunder Freer said, "I have heard people describe the Sky Demon Flower before, but I am not sure if it is. But if it is, then it would be shocking. The Sky Demon Flower is a supreme spirit medicine that is extremely rare in the world. According to the legends, it was made from the blood of the ancient Demon King, who was way more powerful than the current life and death realm warriors. He was not weaker than Su King, and his spirit blood was way more powerful than Su King's. His spirit blood had the horrifying effect of reviving people from the dead. As long as there was 1 breath left in the body, it would be able to heal completely. It was way more powerful than the so-called Great Healing Medicine. I think the Sky Demon Snake and the Sky Demon Flower are only 1 word apart, but they are more or less related. Not many people knew about the Sky Demon Snake guarding the Sky Demon Flower. Sometimes, the Sky Demon Snake might not even show up with the Sky Demon Flower. Therefore, Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer were obviously not as knowledgeable as the people from the super martial institutions. It was normal for them to not know about it. Can broken bones be healed? Yichen asked. Thunder Freer laughed. Of course, as long as there was 1 breath left in the body, it would be healed completely. Plus, it would make the body even more powerful. But do not swallow it directly. The medicinal power of the Sky Demon Flower is very aggressive, and the backfire is even more horrifying. Only those who have trained the ancient Demon King's martial arts would be able to swallow it directly. Other people or demonic beasts could die from the backfire. I think this is also the reason why the Sky Demon Snake did not dare to swallow it. Otherwise, it would have swallowed it directly. Yichen nodded. Indeed, he had been wondering why the Sky Demon Snake did not swallow the Sky Demon Flower. Normally, once the spirit medicine that the demonic beasts were guarding matured, they would swallow it immediately in case something bad happened. However, the sky demon snake did not do that. As for that ghost-faced demonic cow, it should have been attracted by the sky demon flower. Unfortunately, it did not enjoy the effects of the flower and died in Yi Chen's hands. If we do not swallow it, then how are we going to use the sky demon flower? Absorbing its medicinal power from the outside should not be a problem. But it is still a bit of a waste for the sky demon flower to fall into our hands. Its true value is not only the medicinal power, but also the mystery it contains. After reaching the life and death realm, the Zhenyuan would have already merged with the flesh and blood. Every single drop of essence blood would have the trace of the ancient demon king. For some of the powerful demonic warriors, a sky demon flower could save them a lot of trouble, which is something that the medicinal power alone could not compare with. What a pity, what a pity. Thunder Freer shook his head. Yi Chen still did not know why the essence blood of the ancient demon king would turn into the sky demon flower and how it had been passed down until now. But he did not care about these things. No matter how mysterious the sky demon flower was, it did not matter to him at all. All he needed was its medicinal power. Senior Cloud Dreamer, Senior Thunder Freer, you can each take a petal of the sky demon flower. The sky demon flower was extremely heavy. Yi Chen used his half-step Zhenyuan to cut off 2 petals with all his might, handing them to Cloud Dreamer and Thunder Freer respectively. Cloud Dreamer was shocked. You want to give it to us? This thing can only be found by luck. There are only 10 petals on one plant. Yi Chen said, since the sky demon flower can heal the dead, it will definitely be useful in the future. The Sky Cloud Martial School still needs you two to control the situation. Yi Chen was telling the truth. In the future, when he was not in the Sky Cloud Martial School, the school would have to rely on the two of them. Without some life-saving means, he would not be able to rest assured. All right then, I will keep it for you for now. Cloud Dreamer knew Yi Chen's temperament very well. There was no way he would take back something he had already given out. If he continued to decline, it would seem like he was treating him like an outsider. Leaving the Cloud Dreamer Mountain, Yi Chen arrived at Su Jing's mountain. Core Master Palace. Su Jing frowned. This thing can cure my arms. It should be right. You try it first. Yi Chen took out 3 petals and handed them to Su Jing, keeping 5 for emergencies.
All right.
Su Jing held one of the petals in her hand. Her Zhen Qi poured out through her meridians, sweeping towards the black qi coming out from the petals. Crack. Vaguely, Yi Chen heard the sound of bones rubbing against each other in Su Jing's right arm. He scanned with his soul power and immediately found out that Su Jing's shattered bones were getting back together. At the edge of the bones, the black qi was like a magnet, attracting other bones towards it. It is indeed the sky demon flower. Its effect is so powerful. Yi Chen finally confirmed the name of the black flower. It was undoubtedly the sky demon flower that Thunder Freer had mentioned. Even if it was not, it could at least prove that it could cure broken bones. Su Jing seemed to be very surprised. Only the black qi from one petal had increased the recovery speed of her broken bones by dozens of times. Moreover, the broken bones and the flesh of her arms seemed to be even stronger and stronger after being infected by that qi. You take your time to recover. If it is not enough, I still have more. Yi Chen saw that the sky demon flower petal was effective, so he did not keep it anymore. Su Jing nodded and put away the other 2 heavenly demon flower petals. Walking out of the Core Master Palace, Yi Chen let out a breath. Su Jing's problem had been solved. Next, he could let go of everything and try to reach the 13th realm of his Green Lotus Sword spell and the Astral Reaching Realm. Once he had achieved both of his goals, he was ready to go to the Natural Moat Gorge and see if he could learn something from the Battle King's sword intent. He wanted to try to reach 90% of his sword intent, or even complete it. With the completion of his sword intent, he should be able to fight against Jin Huang and would no longer be afraid of him. Once he made more progress, it would be the day that Jin Huang died. Inside the training room on the shocking Cloud Mountain, Yi Chen took out a sky demon flower petal and placed it on his palm. He pushed his half-step Zhenyuan, absorbing the medicine inside. Crack. Yi Chen could clearly feel that his body was getting tougher and tougher, and his bones were getting denser and denser. At the same time, the side effects of performing the blood explosion spell had disappeared as well. The effect was even more powerful than the 3,000 years old blood sunflower. However, the blood sunflower focused on the qi and blood, while the sky demon flower focused on the whole body. The two focused on different things. So, the blood sunflower was still not comparable to the sky demon flower in terms of replenishing the qi and blood. After a while, Yi Chen could no longer handle any more of the sky demon flower's medicine. His body had reached a limit. If he wanted to break through this limit, he would have to change his body training art or reach the astral reaching realm, which would increase his body quality drastically. However, his current body quality did not seem to be weaker than astral reaching realm warriors. Su Jing's body quality was basically a couple of times more powerful than normal astral reaching realm warriors. Putting away the sky demon flower petal, Yi Chen closed his eyes and focused on training the Green Lotus Sword spell. The Green Lotus Sword spell was a top-rank Earth realm martial art. After reaching the 10th realm, the battling power would increase drastically with each realm. The difference between the 12th realm and the 13th realm was especially obvious. As for the 14th realm, Yi Chen did not dare to think about it right now, since the 14th realm would be a transformation. It would be able to combine the 9 Green Lotus Sword Qi into one even more horrifying Lotus Heart Sword Qi, which would definitely be more powerful than any of Yi Chen's sword attacks. Correspondingly, it would be even harder to break through to the 14th realm. The 13th realm of a top-rank Earth realm martial art would be the limit. The 14th realm would be beyond this limit. The 15th realm would be the highest realm. Even Sea of Souls realm warriors might not be able to reach it. Once they reached this realm, battling beyond their realms would be no different than eating and drinking. Eating the rice bit by bit, Yi Chen cleared away all the distracting thoughts, preparing himself for the 13th realm. Time flowed like water, and there was no turning back. Ever since the Sky Demon Snake and the Sky Demon Flower disappeared, the beast wave that had been plaguing the Sky Cloud Martial School for thousands of miles had suddenly stopped. Only a few beasts were still active in the human area. Half a year later, the shocking cloud mountain where Yi Chen was at released a wave of intense sharp qi, which pierced through the clouds and attracted the attention of the whole Sky Cloud Martial School. Chapter 313. Is this the sign of a huge improvement in martial arts? Thunder Freer had heard about top-rank Earth realm martial arts. After reaching the first or second level, every level up would bring about a horrifying phenomenon. Yi Chen trained the Green Lotus Sword spell, so it was natural that there would be some kind of sharp qi in the phenomenon. Cloud Dreamer shook his head. Not only has his martial arts improved, he is only one step away from the astral reaching realm. The second Zhen Yuan refinement is about to end? Hearing him, Thunder Freer was shocked. Normal people who train top-rank Earth realm martial arts would need at least 3 to 5 years to refine all of their Jin Qi into Jin Yuan. But Yi Chen had only spent less than a year to refine all of his Jin Qi into Jin Yuan. This speed was way too horrifying. Cloud Dreamer said, "Martial geniuses are always the existence that breaks the rules." 5 months ago, Sikom Sheng had already reached the astral reaching realm, becoming the youngest astral reaching realm warrior in the South Rudra region in hundreds of years. Right now, it seems like this record is going to be broken by Yi Chen. Thunder Freer nodded. Sikom Sheng was a 22-year-old astral reaching realm warrior. If Yi Chen could reach the astral reaching realm in 3 months, then he would be a 19-year-old astral reaching realm warrior, which would only be 1 year later than the #1 martial genius of the whole true spirit continent, Xianhou. Even in the whole true spirit continent, he would be a famous warrior. His name would definitely be on the martial genius ranking. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. However, martial geniuses do not only have a fast cultivation speed. There are other reasons as well, such as the most important battling power and comprehensive ability. Of course, no matter how you look at it, Yi Chen is the top martial genius. Sooner or later, his name will shake the whole continent. Plus, right now, the more powerful he is, the safer he will be. If he does not have enough stamina, then it would be dangerous. While the two were talking, inside the training room of the shocking Cloud Mountain, Yichen slowly opened his eyes. The 13th level of the Green Lotus Sword spell, the second Zhen Yuan refinement, is about to come to an end. Such a powerful feeling. It had been 2 years since the end of the Hidden Dragon rank competition. Yichen had been improving all the time. Every time he improved, it was a huge leap. However, none of them were as good as this time. Not only had he reached the first limit of the Green Lotus Sword spell, but he was also close to completing the second Zhen Yuan refinement. With the combination of the two, his power had definitely increased tremendously. Unfortunately, he did not have a suitable training partner, otherwise, he would know exactly how much his power had increased.
Qi.
The fist that contained half-step Zhen Yuan shot out, tearing a crack in the air. It was as fast as lightning and as heavy as a mountain. Half-step Zhen Yuan, no. It should be fake Zhen Yuan. Its destructive power is not to be underestimated. That punch just now had not contained any sort of martial skill. Just by relying on fake true essence, it had been able to tear open a vacuum crack in the air. This was already infinitely close to the destructive power of true essence. With a wave of his hand, the door of the secret room opened wide. Yichen stood up and flew out through the passage. Idle Cloud Peak, Cloud Dreamer, and Thunder Freer were both there. "Brother Yi, what's the progress this time?" Thunder Freer laughed and said. The clouds moved away automatically, and Yichen landed on the peak. The two seniors should have already guessed it. "Haha, your cultivation speed really makes me blush with shame, ashamed of my inferiority." Although Yichen called them seniors, they did not dare to treat him as a junior. They treated him as an equal. Cloud Dreamer waved his hand, and a nearby stone chair moved over. Then, he poured Yichen another cup of wine. Yichen sat on the stone chair and asked, "Has anything happened in the past half a year?" Cloud Dreamer said, "According to our people, Sikong Shun had reached the astral reaching realm 5 months ago and became an inner master of the floating mountain martial school. This had a huge impact. A lot of famous astral reaching realm warriors had gone to congratulate him, including the great master of the Purple Sun martial school, the Fireman, and a great master of the Emerald martial school." As for Sikong Shun reaching the astral reaching realm, Yichen was not too surprised. He had already reached half-step Zhen Yuan during the Hidden Dragon rank competition. After 2 years, he should be an astral-reaching realm warrior. As for the great master of the Purple Sun martial school, Yichen had some doubts. Doesn't he need to stay in the Purple Sun martial school? Thunder Freer forced a laugh. That old bastard fireman had also traveled in the South Rudra region before. He had met 4 powerful warriors. They were the Gold Spear Man, the Wood Man, the Lake Man, and the Mountain Man. The 5 of them had titles that contained the elements of metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. They were called the 5 Nature Men. Not long after Sikong Shun reached the astral reaching realm, the Gold Spear Man and the Lake Man came to the Purple Sun martial school as guests and helped him stay there. 5 Nature Men, Yichen mumbled. Soon, our Sky Cloud martial school will have 3 astral-reaching realm warriors. Come, let's drink. Cloud Dreamer was not too worried about the power of the Purple Sun martial school. One Yichen could fight against 2 or 3 astral-reaching realm warriors. Plus, Yichen's potential was still far from exploding. No one knew how far he could go in the future. In the following days, nothing happened. Yichen had reached the 13th level of the Green Lotus Sword spell, and the second Zhen Yuan refinement was about to end. Yichen did not need to go into closed-door training. Zhen Yuan refinement was something that would happen naturally and had nothing to do with comprehension ability. When the time came, he would naturally become an astral-reaching realm warrior. After all, his foundation was there, so he would not be too slow. On this day, Yichen was comprehending the poetic perspective of clouds. After integrating the 6th movement of the sky-shattering clouds, Yichen felt a huge obstruction, as if there was an invisible barrier in front of him. The shocking cloud sword art has a total of 9 movements. After integrating the sixth movement, it would be equivalent to a top-rank Earth Realm sword movement. The seventh movement should be similar to the second movement of the Green Lotus sword art. The eighth movement would almost touch the edge of a Heaven Realm sword movement. It would be the limit of the poetic perspective, the limit of the moves. I wonder how I can make it through. By now, Yi Chen had already understood that Heaven Realm martial arts were not something that could be learned with high comprehension ability. Without reaching that level, there would not be a point of convergence.
Huh.
Taking a deep breath, Yi Chen waved his sword and slashed out a sword path in the sea of clouds. The sword path was more than 1,000 meters long, which split open a short mountain in front of him. Thunder exploded, and clouds surged. My mastery of the poetic perspective is already not weaker than most of the astral-reaching realm warriors. What I lack is accumulation. With enough accumulation, it would be a lot easier to comprehend. It seems like only by going out to train would one be able to grow faster. Staying in one place would have some limitations after all. Everything needed a process of accumulation. Even a top martial genius would not be able to truly grow without enough accumulation. It was like an extremely smart person. If he or she had not studied for a few years and experienced a lot of things, then he or she would not be able to fully utilize his or her intelligence. He or she would have to rely on his or her brain to do some smart things. No need to rush. My martial arts are still above my cultivation. There is no need to rush. Putting his star-scar sword back into its scabbard, Yi Chen's mood was as calm as still water. Ha, the firemen have arrived. Why is no one coming out to greet me? Are all the people from the Sky Cloud Martial School dead? In front of the Sky Cloud Martial School, dozens of human shadows flew over. The two leading people had a very powerful aura. The one on the right had an unbreakable aura, while the one on the left had a very aggressive aura. It was indeed the great master of the Purple Sun Martial School, the fireman. In the main mountain palace, Luo Xinglia's expression changed. He said to the headmaster, "Gather all the masters here." The Sky Cloud Martial School and the Purple Sun Martial School were enemies. However, since the great master of the Purple Sun Martial School had come in person, it was reasonable for them to treat him with respect. This was the rule between the martial schools, and the Sky Cloud Martial School could not break it. Yes. The headmaster looked serious. Soon, all the masters had gathered in the plaza in front of the palace, including the 6 core masters, including Su Jing. In front of the plaza, dozens of human shadows landed. The leading fireman looked to be in his 60s. His face was red and healthy. He looked around and smiled. "Not bad, at least you are polite." The group of masters made a path, and Luo Xinglia walked out. He held his fists together and said, "I did not know that the fireman was coming. Sorry for not coming out to meet you. Where is that old bastard Cloud Dreamer? Tell him to come out and see me. You do not have the right to talk to me." The fireman glanced at Luo Xinglia and said lightly. Hearing him, all the masters from the Sky Cloud Martial School stared at him with anger. Luo Xinglia was the leader of the Sky Cloud Martial School. He was the face of the Sky Cloud Martial School. "What? Do you think you can look down on me just because you have a big backer? I don't know what that master is thinking. But believe it or not, even if I destroy the Sky Cloud Martial School, he will not show up." The fireman saw it more clearly than anyone else. Although Jin Huang was scared away last time, he was not from the Windy Nation after all. He represented a super martial school like the Floating Mountain Martial School. He was clearly bullying the weak. The Purple Sun Martial School and the Sky Cloud Martial School were both top 5 martial schools in the Windy Nation. There was no such thing as bullying the weak. The fireman did not believe that the powerful master would help the Sky Cloud Martial School. "Fireman, you are showing off in the wrong place. The Sky Cloud Martial School is not a place where you can do whatever you want." The Cloud Dreamer flashed his body and appeared in the plaza. The fireman glanced at the Cloud Dreamer. "If I want to show off, do you think the people from the Sky Cloud Martial School would be able to stand still like this?" The Cloud Dreamer sneered. "If the Sky Cloud Martial School is not doing well, then the Purple Sun Martial School will be done for." "You are so full of yourself." The middle-aged man in gold sneered. I wonder who this is? The fireman said proudly. This is the Gold Spear Man, the VIP of the Purple Sun Martial School. The Gold Spear Man was in his 50s. His face was light gold, and his body was huge. He made a face. I thought the Sky Cloud Martial School would have some powerful warriors, but it is only a peak-level early astral-reaching realm warrior. Fireman, you have not destroyed the Sky Cloud Martial School after all these years. You are too kind.
Huh.
If it were not for the others, how could the Sky Cloud Martial School be so arrogant? Now, there is no one in the Purple Sun Martial School. A killing intent flashed through the fireman's eyes. The Gold Spear Man chuckled. He glanced at the masters of the Sky Cloud Martial School casually. Suddenly, his eyes brightened, landing on the inner master Zhu Mei and the core master Su Jing. Fireman, you did not say that the Sky Cloud Martial School had people like this, especially that woman in white. She is rare even in the South Ridra region. The Gold Spear Man licked his lips. The Cloud Dreamer saw that these two people were acting like they were his own family and did not care about them at all. He looked a bit gloomy. However, thinking that they would not come here for no reason, he suppressed his unhappiness and asked, I wonder why you two are here. If there is nothing, please leave. The fireman said, Of course I am here for something. But is this how you treat your guests? You want us to talk in the square. This way, please. Luo Xinglia lifted the corner of his mouth.
Huh.
The fireman waved his sleeves and walked in the front. The Gold Spear Man walked side by side with him. When they passed by the crowd, he glanced at Su Jing on purpose. There was an evil light shining in his eyes. Chapter 314. In the main mountain hall, the main seat was empty. The left side of the hall was occupied by Cloud Dreamer and Luo Xinglia, while the right side was occupied by the fireman and the Gold Spear Man. The rest of the people were outside. The fireman took a sip of the tea slowly and exchanged a look with the Gold Spear Man. He said slowly, Don't say that I did not take care of your Sky Cloud Martial School. This time, I came all the way here to show you enough respect. Unfortunately, some people do not know what is good for them. Cloud Dreamer frowned, waiting for the fireman to continue. Putting down the teacup, the fireman said, Our intelligence team from the Purple Sun Martial School has found the nest of the Corpse Man. What? The nest of the Corpse Man? Cloud Dreamer's expression changed. The Corpse Man was one of the 108 ghost warriors from the 9 Ghost Cult. He was very famous for killing people. It would not be wrong to call him the Old Monster. Countless powerful warriors from the top 5 martial institutions of the Windy Nation had died in his hands, including a couple of astral-reaching realm warriors. So what? After all these years, the Corpse Man's power should have recovered to its peak. Plus, with his special power, even all of the astral-reaching realm warriors in the Windy Nation combined would not be his opponent. Although the Corpse Man's battling power was the lowest among the 108 ghost warriors, he had the power to create zombies. With 3 to 4 rank 7 zombies attacking together, even astral-reaching realm warriors who are more powerful than him would not be able to handle it and would be killed easily. His name was very famous, and people called him the Corpse Man. Since I am here, of course, I have the confidence to kill this old monster. The fireman looked like he was going to win as he continued. Back in the days when I was traveling, I met 4 friends who had the same goal. Right now, 2 of them are here. One is the Gold Spear Man, and the other is the Mountain Man. Unfortunately, the Lake Man and the Dead Wood Man could not come. Otherwise, with them here, killing the Corpse Man would be as easy as pie. Cloud Dreamer glanced at the Gold Spear Man. He could naturally tell that the latter was the same as the fireman, also a mid-astral-reaching realm warrior. According to the rumors, among the 5, the Deadwood Man was the most powerful one, being a late astral-reaching realm warrior. He knew an ancient martial art called the Deadwood Palm Spell. Judging purely on battling power, he might not lose to the Ghost Man. Although the Lake Man was not as powerful, he was still a peak-level mid-astral-reaching realm warrior. However, No one would dare to underestimate the Ghost Man's ace attack, the rank 7 zombie warrior. How did you know about the nest of the Corpse Man? Cloud Dreamer stared at the fireman without blinking. It was not that he did not trust him, but it was because the Sky Cloud Martial School had been set up way too badly back then. His brother disciple Wu Yunzi had died because of that. He did not have any proof, but he was sure that the Purple Sun Martial School had something to do with it. The fireman sneered, "It is up to you whether you want to believe it or not. If the Nine Evil cult wants to grow stronger again, they will need a lot of resources. The top 5 martial institutions control more than 80% of the resources in the Windy Nation, and there are no other powerful martial institutions around. In their eyes, we are just a piece of meat without any defense." Cloud Dreamer's expression changed a couple of times. The fireman was right. If the Nine Evil cult wanted to make a comeback, they would need a lot of resources. But they were hiding in the dark and could not take all of the resources in public. Once they showed up, they would be attacked by all of the powerful parties in the South River region. Therefore, they could only do it secretly, not daring to show their faces. Although they could get a lot of resources from some lone warriors, those resources would not be enough to support them for a long time. The resources in the Windy Nation seemed to be nothing special, but it was still a nation after all. The resources of a nation would be more than enough to support the development of the Ghost Corpse Mountain. Plus, it would not be that dangerous. He believed that there would also be other small nations with the 9 evil cult's remaining members, so the Windy Nation would not be the only one. If they did not attack first, when the Corpse Man decided to attack, one martial institution would not be able to handle the invasion of the Ghost Corpse Mountain. The problem was that the fireman's words could not be trusted completely. First of all, he was the first one to know about the location of the Corpse Man's nest, which was already suspicious. He was not like his brother disciple Wu Yunzi, who had been able to stay in the Sky Cloud Martial School for so many years and watch the development of the Sky Cloud Martial School. Then, how do you think we should deal with it? The Corpse Man is not easy to deal with. Being able to survive that big battle years ago, it is already enough to prove how powerful he is. Cloud Dreamer did not know if he should accept it or not. If he accepted it, he might be ambushed by the fireman. He did not believe that there was nothing wrong with it. If he did not accept it, then the Corpse Man would indeed be a big problem. Who knew when he would decide to attack the Sky Cloud Martial School first? Although the Sky Cloud Martial School had martial geniuses like Yi Chen, who was able to kill the Sky Demon Snake with only half-step Jin Yuan, the Corpse Man was a late astral-reaching realm warrior. He was a cunning demon. Added with all the rank 7 martial zombies, his overall power was only above Jin Huang's. No one in the Windy Nation would be able to fight against him. Without a choice, the Cloud Dreamer threw the topic back to the fireman. The fireman nodded. Indeed. The Corpse Man is indeed a troublesome existence. Therefore, I had immediately informed all the martial institutions and asked everyone to join forces. We will kill the Ghost Corpse Mountain and the Corpse Man as fast as lightning so that he would not have the time to react. You mean, to combine all the astral-reaching realm warriors in the Windy Nation? Cloud Dreamer understood what the fireman was trying to say. Only astral-reaching realm warriors would be able to kill them at such a fast speed. Warriors below the astral-reaching realm would be slowed down a lot. The fireman stared at the Cloud Dreamer. What do you think? The Cloud Dreamer thought for a while, then said, "How about this? Wait until everyone is here, then we will discuss."
Sure.
3 days later, I will see you on the Green Beauty Mountain. By then, all the astral-reaching realm warriors from the top 5 martial institutions will be there. The Cloud Dreamer's answer was within the fireman's expectation. He then said, "This time, all the top 3 astral-reaching realm warriors from the Purple Sun Martial School will be there. You will not be the only one from the Sky Cloud Martial School, right?" Of course not. If it is confirmed, there will be 2 astral-reaching realm warriors from the Sky Cloud Martial School. Oh? Which 2? The fireman squeezed his eyes. Although he did not think that Yi Chen would be able to reach the astral-reaching realm in a short period of time, but it was better to be safe than sorry. If Yi Chen really did reach the astral-reaching realm, then some of the details would have to be changed. He just hoped that things would not be as bad as he thought. Me and the Thunder Freer. The Thunder Freer was not a secret in the Sky Cloud Martial School anymore, so the Cloud Dreamer was not afraid to say it out. I heard that Yichen has not reached the astral-reaching realm yet, but he already has the power to fight against astral-reaching realm warriors. Why don't we bring him along as well? This time, killing the corpse man would be a great opportunity. Hearing him, the fireman let out a breath. Judging from his expression, Yichen should not have reached the astral-reaching realm yet. A smile appeared on his face as he said. The Cloud Dreamer's face sank. You don't have to worry about that.
Huh.
He has the power to fight against an astral-reaching realm warrior before reaching the astral-reaching realm? It is most likely just a rumor. I, the Gold Spear Man, do not believe it. Even if we bring him along, he would only be a burden, the Gold Spear Man said with a disdainful expression. The fireman took a sip of tea casually, seeming to want to hear how the Cloud Dreamer would respond. The Cloud Dreamer did not change his expression and said, "You can try if you have the chance. If you two do not have anything else to say, you can leave now. Since the owner has asked us to leave, then we should not stay. Brother Gold, let's go back first." The fireman did not plan to stay any longer. The Gold Spear Man stood up with the fireman. He glanced at Su Jing, who was standing outside the palace. He suddenly opened his mouth and said to the Cloud Dreamer, "I do not have a wife yet. I think that master from your Sky Cloud Martial School is not bad. She is qualified to be my wife. I wonder if I, the Gold Spear Man, would have the honor?" Both the Cloud Dreamer and Luo Xinglia did not look good. This Gold Spear Man was way too arrogant. He really thought that he was invincible. Plus, Su Jing and Yichen had a close relationship. Whoever dared to touch her would probably be killed by Yichen. Don't even think about it. The Cloud Dreamer did not look happy at all. The Gold Spear Man had a creepy smile on his face. I suggest you guys think about it. I am not like the fireman who is kind. The Cloud Dreamer yelled, "Don't push it too far. The Sky Cloud Martial School is not a place for you to do whatever you want. Brother Gold, the road to happiness is strewn with setbacks. Why do you have to rush it? What is yours will be yours eventually." The fireman did not expect the Gold Spear Man to be this eager and say this in front of everyone. He could only try to comfort him, telling him to take it slow. The road to happiness is strewn with setbacks. Not bad. I, the Gold Spear Man, am definitely going to have this woman. The Gold Spear Man laughed and walked out of the palace with the fireman who allowed you to leave. Right then, the crowd split apart and someone walked over. It was none other than Yichen. Yichen was wearing a blue robe with a long sword on his waist. He stood 10 steps in front of the two quietly. His eyes landed on the Gold Spear Man and the fireman. The fireman glanced at Yichen and noticed that he was still at the Zhen Yuan refining stage. A strong killing intent flashed through his mind as he said with a smile on his face, "Not bad. You have already reached the Zhen Yuan refining stage at such a young age. You are not that far away from the astral reaching realm. However, you are not that talented. Before a martial genius grows up, you should be more patient. Do not ruin your own life."
So, you are Yichen?
You are nothing special.
What?
Do you think you can stop us? I will give you a chance. Slap yourself 4 times. Otherwise, I will teach you a lesson today. The Gold Spear Man did not care about Yichen at all. If it were not for the fireman warning him to be careful of powerful warriors helping him, he would not have talked much with him. He would have just killed him directly. Things are different now. The Windy Nation is no longer a place where you can call the shots. If you had come here and left just like that, I would have let it go. Unfortunately, you think too highly of yourselves. As long as I, Yichen, am here, there is no place for you to mess around. In Yichen's plan, the Purple Sun Martial School was the place he had to go. Although the assassination before did not really hurt him, it did not mean that he did not care about it. Seeing the situation, Cloud Dreamer wanted to say something, but he swallowed it back down. He knew Yichen's personality very well. Since he had stood out, there was no need for him to go back. Plus, these two were indeed too arrogant. The only thing that worried him was how powerful Yi Chen's battling power was. Two powerful mid-astral reaching realm warriors would not be a joke, especially this gold spear man who had just appeared out of nowhere. He gave Luo Xinglia a look and took a couple of steps back. He planned to leave the situation to Yi Chen, and the others should not interfere. Haha, the gold spear man, have been out there for so many years, and this is the first time I have seen a young warrior talk to me like this. Brat, you are the first. The gold spear man laughed out loud. His whole body shone with a golden light, which was extremely pure, carrying an unbreakable aura. Senior Cloud Dreamer, I will kill this guy. There was no emotion on Yi Chen's face. He had already known about what had happened in the palace. If he had guessed it right, there must have been some kind of conspiracy. Facing a conspiracy, his way of doing things was different from normal people, which was to kill as fast as possible. He would kill as many as he could, since he would have to kill those people from the Purple Sun Martial School sooner or later anyway. As for the mission of killing the corpse man, he would not miss out on it. Chapter 315. Yi Chen, you are too arrogant. The fireman's face suddenly darkened. He had come to the Sky Cloud Martial School, obviously not for the sake of the Sky Cloud Martial School. In his eyes, even if Cloud Dreamer knew that there was a conspiracy, he would not be able to refuse this mission. Since he could not refuse, then his plan was already half a success. Therefore, he did not care what Cloud Dreamer was thinking at all. Bringing the Gold Spearman was just to suppress the Sky Cloud Martial School, to let them know that in terms of top battling power, the Sky Cloud Martial School could not compete with the Purple Sun Martial School. So, what if he was arrogant in the other's territory? No one could do anything to him. However, he had never thought that Yi Chen would come out and ask them to stay, and even kill the Gold Spearman. How reckless. Did he think that the powerful master behind him would protect him all the time? Geniuses were geniuses because they could grow in adversity. If the powerful master behind him wanted to train a genius, then he would not protect him all the time. Otherwise, there would be no adversity. He was confident that if he killed Yi Chen now, nothing would happen to him. Lai Hua, there's no need to say so much. Since this brat wants to die, then don't blame me for being merciless. Today I will kill this brat and take this woman away. Sky Cloud Martial School. Who dares to stop me? Who dares to stop me? The Gold Spearman's killing intent surged. His face was filled with disdain. Everyone from the Sky Cloud Martial School took a deep breath. Looking at the situation, Yi Chen and the Gold Spearman seemed to be at each other's throats. They hoped that Yi Chen would be able to defeat the Gold Spearman otherwise. If Yi Chen lost or died, it would be a disaster for the Sky Cloud Martial School. Die. All of a sudden, a golden spear appeared in his hand. His Zhenyuan exploded as he thrust the spear towards Yi Chen, who was 10 steps away. The tip of the spear created a thin vacuum crack in the air. I'll take your dog life in 3 moves.
Clang.
As Yi Chen's voice was heard, the Star Scar sword was taken out of its scabbard and pressed against the tip of the golden spear. Rumble. There seemed to be an earthquake. The entire main hall of the main peak and the entire square shook violently. Terrifying shockwaves erupted and radiated in all directions. Cloud Dreamer stood in front of everyone, trying his best to block the shockwave.
Whoosh.
After blocking the Gold Spearman's attack with one sword attack, Yi Chen suddenly jumped up into the sky. The main mountain of the Sky Cloud Martial School could not withstand the attacks from the two of them. It was not an ideal place to fight. Where are you going? Gold Spear Sanren followed closely behind. The golden spear in his hand pierced out at a speed invisible to the naked eye, bursting out hundreds of spear lights. Each spear light was equivalent to an attack of 60% of his strength. Hundreds of spear lights pierced out at the same time. There was no way to escape, no way to retreat. The first move. Flying into the sky, Yi Chen stopped his body. 80% of his sword intent had been infused into his Star Scar sword, attacking towards the Gold Spearman with his sky-shattering clouds. The moment he swung his sword, the wind blew, the clouds churned, and lightning crackled. It split apart the hundreds of spear lights with an unstoppable force, and under the horrified gaze of the golden spear loose man, it ferociously attacked. He actually split apart hundreds of my spear lights. Gold Spear Practitioner was caught unprepared and quickly raised his spear to block. There was a loud bang. In everyone's sight, the Gold Spear Man had been blown away by Yi Chen's first sword attack, looking extremely embarrassed. Impossible. He has obviously not reached the astral reaching realm yet. How could his battling power be this powerful? The fireman, who was standing on the ground, was shocked. He was very clear about the Gold Spear Man's power, which was definitely not weaker than his. Although he was still in his normal condition without burning his Jinyuan, he could still fight against an early astral-reaching realm warrior when he was burning his Jinyuan, not to mention Yi Chen, who had not even reached the astral-reaching realm yet. He had always thought that Yi Chen was just a normal early astral-reaching realm warrior. As for Yi Chen killing the Sky Demon Snake half a year ago, it was not that he did not know about it, but there were too few people who knew about it. Most of them thought that the Sky Demon Snake was just a slightly more powerful rank 7 beast, which misled the fireman. In the sky hundreds of meters away, the Gold Spear Man's eyes were red. He was a mid-astral reaching realm warrior, but he had been blown away by Yi Chen, who had not even reached the astral reaching realm yet. It was something that he could not accept. The Jinyuan inside his body rubbed against each other, and a golden flame appeared. The Gold Spear Man, who was covered in fire, yelled, "Today, you will die for sure. Gold Snake Break." As he threw out a spear attack, a golden snake-shaped spear light shot out along the spear body, traveling at an extremely fast speed. The horrifying gold mentality had given the snake-shaped spear light the ability to break through anything. The air had been pierced through, and the space cracks kept appearing, providing the snake-shaped spear light with an environment to increase its speed.
Whoosh.
A blood-red fake Jinyuan exploded from Yi Chen's body. The fake Jinyuan was not that much different from the real Jinyuan. The only difference was that it could not be burned, which increased his battling power by several folds. However, the minor blood demon body separating great art had also increased Yi Chen's battling power to more than 50%. Combined with his 80% sword intent, he was no weaker than the Gold Spear Man, who was burning his Jinyuan. Besides that, he had trained the top-rank Earth realm martial art, Green Lotus Sword Spell, and had trained it to the 13th realm, which was something that the Gold Spear Man could not compete with. Green Lotus Sky. Around the Star Scar Sword, countless red lotuses formed by sharp chi flow blossomed. The lotuses rose up one after another, following Yi Chen's attack and disappearing into the surreal space. The air had been frozen, and the snake-shaped spear light was getting slower and slower. It was like a poisonous snake going against the current, unable to increase its speed. The Gold Spear Man, who was behind it, was also trapped in this area, looking shocked. Shoo! Shoo! In the air that was as calm as a lake, countless green lotuses turned into sword chi and shot out, landing on the snake-shaped spear light like a storm. Waiting until the spear light was shattered, the rest of the sword chi attacked towards the Gold Spear Man like a swarm of bees.
Ding! Dang! Dang!
The Gold Spear Man had trained the Gold Element Jinyuan. In terms of pure defense, it was even more powerful than the Earth Element Jinyuan. Although the sword chi was aggressive, it still could not break through his protective Jinyuan layer. The third movement, Dai. The Green Lotus Sky was the first ace movement of the Green Lotus sword art. It could be separated into two movements. One was the Green Lotus Sky, which was mainly used for restraining, and the other was the Green Lotus Accumulation, which was used for killing. The fist-sized Green Lotus shot out, instantly landing on the Gold Spear Man's protective Jinyuan layer.
Pooh!
The protective Jinyuan layer was broken open, and the Green Lotus pierced through the Gold Spear Man's chest, bringing out a straight stream of blood that stretched for dozens of meters. This is impossible. There is no way I will die. The Gold Spear Man did not even know what had happened until he died. He did not know why Yi Chen had the power to kill him, and it was even within 3 movements. He had been traveling in the South Rudra region for so many years, but he had never encountered something like this. Otherwise, he would not have underestimated Yi Chen. Putting his scar sword back into its scabbard, Yichen said lightly, "I have said that I will kill you within 3 movements, and I will kill you within 3 movements. No matter how many mid-astral reaching realm warriors there are, it will be the same." He dared to kill the Gold Spearman and ignore the Fireman and the 5 Wanderers. Naturally, he had his own power, and it did not come from his power. His real power had not been revealed yet, and there was no need for him to do so in front of everyone. The people on the ground were all shocked. You're tuning in to the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.